So today is like I reckon it's like the 4-year anniversary of when this guy, my ex, broke into my house when he was drunk, and I thought I would tell the story because it's quite a story. Just to be clear, I don't have this like written in my diary or whatever. I just got a Snapchat memory, and that's why I remembered that it's the anniversary. Anyway, so I'd been at the races all day, and he was really annoying me at this time. Like, I was like really off him at this moment in time for a good reason. And he was messaging me all day, and I kept leaving him on scene. And then every like third message he'd sent me, I'd reply something vague about where we were. And it was obvious that he wanted to see me. Anyway, I went back to my friend's house. We were like after party, whatever, but it wasn't really an after party. It was just like us drinking. And then I was like, all right, time to go home. So I went back to mine, and I remember I had a blood nose, and I was in bed, and I was like Snapchatting myself in bed with my blood nose. Like, I looked horrible, right? Like, my makeup was all over the place, and I fell asleep. Next thing I know, so I'm lying in bed. I open my eyes because I hear something. And I wake up to someone standing over my bed, and my brain couldn't comprehend who the was in my house. Like, there was someone standing over my bed. I didn't know. My brain just was like, it has to be this person, which like in my head was my best friend. I thought it was like my best friend, that she'd like come home drunk or something and decided to come to my house. So I've opened my eyes and I've seen that, and then very quickly I've realized that it's him, and he's in my house and he's standing over me. The way I like got out of bed and was like literally so confused because he was standing over me like this. Annie now would have been like, get the out of my house, how'd you get in here? And I did. I was like, how'd you get in? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, the door was open. And I was like, wait, what? The door was open? So I like ran downstairs because I had 2 dogs, and I was terrified that he said the front door was open. So I went downstairs and the dogs were inside, and I was like, that's really weird because I feel like if the door had been open, they would have left. Anyway, we fell asleep, and then I woke up and I checked my phone, and my mum was messaging me like, who the car's in the driveway? Why is the side gate broken? Anyway, turns out he drove there, up in his car. He left the keys in the ignition. His laptop was on the front seat. The door of his car was wide open, and he'd parked across my driveway, and my parents had to go pick up their stuff from the races, so they had to drive out of the driveway. So I had to tell mum that she could move his car. And anyway, she knew that he was there, like, because I told her, because I couldn't talk myself out of it. She opened the laptop, it said his name. And it was obvious that he lied to me because he'd ruined our side fence. So he jumped over our side fence and then came in through the side door. I don't even know, we don't leave that open, so I don't know how he got in. We must have just happened to leave it unlocked, but like, that's how he got in. How crazy. It's terrifying. And then in the morning, of course, I told him to get the out.
It is a really terrifying story indeed. I mean, considering this happened 4 years ago, she knows very well what happened. I mean, she has a great memory, and must have been a really bad one. This guy, I'm not too sure if he actually thinks about his actions. I mean, people in general, when they're drunk, they just act a bit different or sometimes a bit dangerous, and this is for sure a dangerous situation. You should never drive when you're drunk, nevertheless going to see your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend. I mean, you should never text your ex when you're drunk, and you shouldn't at all drive to his place either. What's going on in this guy's head? I mean, this is not a good idea at all. But then he gets in the house, and how is the door open? I mean, that's really strange. This girl, for sure, she locked the door or she had some kind of security. He just trespassed a personal space, and that's not okay. That is not okay. I mean, imagine you waking up, you open your eyes, and then just a stranger in front of you. In this case, it's not a stranger, but he's not in her life anymore, so he should not be there, at least not with her permission. This is really crazy. I don't know if that have happened to me. I don't know how would I react. I mean, would I be aggressive? Would I be anxious? Would I be just really surprised? How would you feel? I mean, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? And then having all the cars in the driveway, I mean, that's just an inconvenience as well. All the damage that is done to the house is an inconvenience for this girl and the family as well. People shouldn't be affected by this guy actions. I mean, it's really irresponsible and just chaotic. It is a funny story in the end, but it's not funny at the same time.
Thanks for watching StoryTrender. Don't forget to like, and follow.